Okay, we're on to 11.5, page 679. It has to do with home ownership. A couple of questions dealing with mortgages, down payments on houses, things like that. So we're going to do number 2 and number 6 here, and then we will look at a couple of more in this section. All right, so here, number 2, we purchase a home for $325,000 with a down payment of 10%. The question is, find the amount of the down payment and the mortgage amount. The mortgage amount is going to be how much left there is to pay to own the house. Well, what we're doing here is taking 10% of the purchase price to find the down payment. So the down payment is just going to be 10% of that 325,000. So we know 10% is going to be $32,500. Right? You can plug that in your calculator, or you can just move the decimal one spot over to the left and see that that's $32,500. 1/10, right? 1/10 of 325,000 is 32,500. So the mortgage amount is just going to be what's left, right? The mortgage amount is just going to be the original price minus the down payment. So let's see, what is that going to be? 325,000 minus 32,500 leaves us with $292,500. Right, so that's the remaining mortgage amount, and that's the down payment. We're asked to find the down payment and the remaining mortgage amount. Right, so you just take 10% of the purchase price, that's the down payment, subtract that from the purchase price, that's going to be your mortgage amount. All right, just a little bit more involved here in number 6. We're including bank charges and points, which are part of the closing costs on a house. So here we have a purchase price of $243,000 with a 20% down payment, but the bank also charges $425 and 4 points. The points are going to be percentage points of the remaining amount after you make that down payment. So once again, we need to find out what the down payment is. So our down payment is going to be 20% of that purchase price, $243,000. So 20% of $243,000 is going to be $48,600. So now the remaining amount, after we make that down payment, is going to be $243,000 minus that $48,600. So 243,000 minus 48,600, or 80% of this number, is going to leave you with $194,400. So that's the remaining amount after our down payment. All right. So the question here was find the total of the down payment and the closing costs. So we have the down payment, but now the closing costs, 4 points, is going to be 4% of that remaining amount. So 4% of that remaining amount is going to give us 194,400 is $7,776. So that's the points plus the fees of $425. Those were the fees. So we end up with 11, carry 1, 10, carry 1, 12, carry 1, 8. Right? $8,000 $201 are the points and the fees. So our total closing costs, okay, our total closing costs are going to be, so down payment plus total closing cost is going to be 48,600 plus 8,201. So we're going to end up with 48,600 plus 8,201. End up with $56,801. And that is going to be your answer. All right. So purchase price was $243, 20% down payment. So here's our down payment. Bank charges $425 in fees plus 4 points of the remaining amount after you subtract the down payment. So here's the original price minus the down payment. The 4 points or 4% of that remaining amount. You add in the fees, add this to the down payment, and we get our total of the down payment plus the closing costs. All right, so that is a couple of questions from 11.5, page 679.